Well, I'm feeling more and more. Lately, I'm starting just little bit by bit to actually get things a little bit done, a little bit organized, a little bit set up, so that I can try to accomplish things. And as this happens, and I look at the same old bullshit day after day, well, the bullshit for whether it is online or offline. Online is part of my daily routine, and offline as well. And everywhere I go, I see the same old stuff, the same old attitudes. It's mostly a matter of attitudes in life. Everything that goes on, everything that people talk about and supposedly think about and discuss in life, it all hinges on the question of attitude. That's what it all comes down to. The world we live in is based on the question of attitudes, human attitudes, because that's the foundation of the actions of human societies. Human society's actions are based on the attitudes of the billions of people that make up the human societies. It all comes down to attitudes. And the same fucking attitudes are here day after day, decade after decade, undoubtedly century after century. And I find myself just really being sick of it. Really sick of not only the attitudes, but the mechanics of it. The mechanics of the way our society is run and manipulated. The whole mechanics and design of the manipulation of society's attitudes. I'm sick to death of it. At the same time, I'm not feeling particularly angry and in a really bad mood. To the contrary, it's because I'm starting to feel an improvement of my own personal perceptions and perspective that makes me more keenly sick of the same bullshit that I see every day. And at the same time, I'm not feeling overly ecstatic either. I'm not in a mood of, oh, look how great, everything is turning out great. I'm more on a level path, which is kind of a good thing that people are generally hoping for. I'm kind of on this level at this moment. I'm on this level plateau where I feel I'm able to see pretty clearly above me and below me. And it's a fairly good place to be. I'm feeling level-headed. I'm feeling on a level ground, and I can see what's going on. I can see the possibilities for improvement, and at the same time I'm fed up. I'm fed up with all the dumb, negative attitudes. The negative, counterproductive, destructive attitudes that people are carrying around and propagating. People carry around and propagate all kinds of negative attitudes, and I'm at the point of departure at this point. I'm at the point of I don't want to have to deal with the same old negative bullshit, because what are you going to get from carrying around negative attitudes? What are you really hoping? What do you really count on achieving by carrying around and propagating negative attitudes? It's not going to accomplish anything good. And I happen to be a person who wants to accomplish something good. I'm not interested in wallowing in depression. I understand what it is to be depressed. I've been depressed, but not by choice. I've been sick in my life, but I haven't made myself throw up. I haven't deliberately taken poisons. I haven't deliberately tried to make myself sick. I haven't deliberately I've injured myself. I've had cuts and bruises, but I have never tried to deliberately cut myself or deliberately injure myself and hit myself with a hammer deliberately. So there's a difference, and that's what I'm sick of. I'm sick of the people who are so into their own masochism. I'm sick of the masochistic attitudes of people who are willing to accept, are going to say, instead of saying, "Gee, there's a lot of crap going on, and we need to change it," people instead give into it and say, "Oh well, you can't do anything about it. You might as well enjoy it. If life is a sewer, we might as well learn to enjoy the taste of shit." That's not an attitude I'm willing to wallow in. So there it is. There it is. I'm tired. I'm tired of all the bullshit. The internet. Let's talk about the internet bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all about the same bullshitters that have been running television, and before television, newspaper, and motion pictures. Same propaganda bullshit dominates the fucking internet. Thank goodness that we can get ad block, at least, to block some of the bullshit. If you get the ad block on your computer, you can manage to avoid some of it, some of the bullshit. But the whole bullshit mentality pervades, and the whole notion, for instance, what the social sites. Okay, so Facebook supposedly is currently in the top position of the internet's social networks. But of course, being on top means you're poised for a fall. And what was taking place a month or two ago with Facebook issuing a public stock, and a big deal made about the initial public offering on the first day of the stock, and how much it dropped from the initial opening, inflated prices and all that stuff, and whether the main founder of Facebook was selling his shares and all that stuff. The fact remains that with all the possibilities there are with the internet, this is all the possibilities that exist of how we could be using this technology, of how it could be designed to really help people communicate and even find other people. It's not being used for that purpose. The dating sites are not interested in helping people really meet people who are really compatible. They're really not. And I get thrown up in all my recommended profiles of people that are supposedly recommended that I should be interested in meeting these people. Day after day, hundreds of faces of people that I really would have no personal interest, that I really could not relate to. But the sites themselves are not designed to try to find me people that I can personally relate to. They could be designed that way if the people creating them wanted that to be their to be the goal of them, to be the purpose of those sites. This could be designed to happen, but they don't. That's not what the purpose of the sites are. The purpose of the sites are basically to sell advertising, and that's it. So I'm fed up. I'm fed up with all, and I'm fed up, I guess, with most of all with myself, with my inability to be able to create an organization myself. I should be able to have I should be able to be the owner or president of some little company where I can say, you know what I want? Here's a project I want done. Make it so. Because I'm personally not capable of making it so, but I am capable of coming up with a thought, with the notion that has to exist in the first place before a thing can be made to happen. Before a thing can be made to happen, the idea of that thing has to exist, and that's where my talent lies. My skill lies not in the nitty-gritty of mechanics of making things happen, but in the broader general overview of saying, here's the picture, here's what I want to see happen. Now make it so. And it's really up to me, I guess, to try to create that company on my own somehow. So anyhow, I'm fed up with all the bullshit and the nonsense and the negativity. I guess that's all I have to say at the moment. Let's see if this can stop recording. There's 10 minutes.